allegedly,
I got
we are now
Oh,
live.
no.
Allegedly.
I got the
Don't hold me to
no.
that.
Oh,
We'll
okay,
see.
I won't.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll
I'm
be
gonna
fine.
send a waving Bulbasaur. That's gonna be nice.
Thank you, Rachel.
So,
You're welcome.
Rachel still plays Pokemon Go, and
yeah.
I do.
that's the take
I
from
do.
the podcast. And
Yep, thanks
That's
for
it.
That's it.
I like
We'll see you
that.
next time.
See you later, guys. Cheers.
So, if anybody wants a friend on Pokemon Go, drop your Poke code or whatever they're called, your friend code, and I'll send you
You
fun little
can't even
presents.
Drop your
fucking
Little-
Poke
little
I don't-
sticker on them. It's been so long, Woody, since I've had a friend on Pokemon Go.
It's been
Leave me
so
alone,
long
okay?
since Friends.
It's been
It's I haven't played Pokemon Go since like 2016.
I
Yeah,
play
I
it on
played it
and
for about
off.
6 months.
It was the
Um,
best.
I didn't play it.
That was the last time I was happy.
Yeah, that was good.
That
That was
recently?
good summer. Pokemon
We
Go
just
summer.
started on a high
That was a real
note.
good summer.
Wait, you were happy?
Dude, I didn't play it,
Apparently.
and then
What's that like?
Apparently. I'm
I'm
gonna-
in the mood.
I realise that because my
Big ol'
glasses reflect. If I sit at this angle, my glasses don't reflect. So I'm just going to sit like this for the rest of the podcast.
Okay, that looks comfortable.
Chris, I literally just said, you don't send me gifts anymore. You don't. So don't come here being like we almost have full hearts.
You know,
You don't
every,
send me
rela-
gifts.
every relationship reaches that point where he just doesn't bring gifts anymore.
Just doesn't
you
give
know?
me gifts anymore.
I reached that so long ago.
Stops giving you flowers.
Oh,
Before you know,
you know, it happens.
This was the
Stop
last
sending me,
gift.
you know.
Fuck.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Jeez.
Rebecca
Oh,
loved
no.
it. Rebecca's
Oh,
too good
no.
to me.
Should we?
Correct.
Yeah.
No.
So
Cool, remember how I always saying you want to do cold opens? This is how cold opens go.
It
Yeah,
works.
badly.
Oh, definitely. Well, it's been going for like 15
Yeah.
minutes.
So Rachel, you started
Yeah,
you started yoga, I see?
No, I didn't.
No.
No.
Okay, nice.
Uh,
No.
yeah.
Bought
Cool.
the yoga mat.
Yeah. If only you were
Do
here.
it.
If only we were live like 5 minutes earlier, that would have been funny.
I know, right? I know. Who would have thought it would
You just
have been?
rehashing jokes and saying before it was.
That's what most people do
You
after
just-
like
you
a
just
month on a
record-
podcast.
Sounds alright. Sounds alright.
Fair enough.
Sounds about right.
So what we here for, Ken?
I don't know. No, so we're gonna be talking about the games that we're excited for. Preferably 2021, but who knows? Because time doesn't mean anything anymore.
Doesn't
So
exist.
I think all of
anymore.
mine are all of mine are
he
24.
has
I
I
think
have cards,
There's a-
dude. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
see, these two
Dude, I have one
prepared.
little
Like-
note.
Look,
fuck.
I
didn't bother.
I was like, this morning, I was like, shit, I have not prepared for this at all. I should probably check. And I just went on to Game, like to look at on their website or like things that are coming soon.
Right.
That's smart.
And it was just
Smart.
like, oh shit, there's a lot of stuff I'm actually interested in. I thought this year was going to be a fucking flop.
So
I know.
That's a lie. I just didn't prepare.
I looked at the list of games that are coming out this year and went, that's a lot of games. I'll look through that at some point.
You did not.
And now here we are.
And what is it you're excited for? Should we get Ross out of the way first, so then he just goes isolated
We're
for
looking
the
forward
next
to
hour and
Ross.
a half?
Should just
What are you looking forward to, buddy?
I mean, the main thing I'm looking forward to, I don't know if it's coming out this year. It might not.
Oh, is that Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate 3, yeah. So the early access stuff is out.
It was that.
I don't normally buy stuff at that stage, but you know, I will like this game. It's D&D.
Is it?
You know.
Is it worth? Was it worth the money?
Well, you know, I've paid for about 50 quid for about 20% of a game.
But has it been
but-
worth the money?
Yeah, it's been good. It seems like it's going to be a very good game.
I mean, it's Larian and actual D&D this time. So
yeah, Wizards are actually have been involved in it.
So like,
so it's
when you say it's like 20% of the game, does it just you get to a certain point in the story and it's just like, yeah, no, sorry, we haven't got any more for you right now.
Yeah,
so
so
it's the whole screen, but it's only the left 20% of this.
Yeah.
Right.
Full game, only a tiny little
yeah, no, it's the first arc of the story. So I don't know if have you played Divinity 2, for example? No. So you get bits where you get to the end of a point and you get to the end of an island, and then you load into the next place, and it's basically the same sort of thing. You just get to the first section.
You just
Yeah.
get like, come back later.
I'm really particular with like my fantasy RPGs. Like I either find it's one that I can really get into, I really love, and will play for hours and hours and hours and hours and not stop. Or I play like it for like 20 minutes. I'm like, this is shit. Which was just me with Dragon Age.
Still Dragon Age.
Oh, thin fucking ice.
Like, here's my thing. I don't like the gameplay mechanics. I'm sure the story's great, but the gameplay mechanics just aren't my thing. And
Which one?
Inquisition.
Yeah, see, that's your mistake there. Start with 1, get really invested in the story, and then you ignore the flaws that Inquisition has because you care about the world.
Right, are we talking about story flaws here or gameplay flaws?
Both.
All.
Right, okay.
Yes and no.
That does well for a
Yes.
game.
Yes, and.
Yes, and.
But yeah,
So,
that game also has
someone-
the.
Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say it also has a mode in it as well, or will have a mode in it as well. We can actually play D&D in the game, and that is a series that will be coming to this channel.
None of us get a choice.
Just
You are
announcing
making
it now.
So.
Yeah,
Didn't Divinity
Right
do
now.
that feature where you could like make your own story or something?
say that again. Sorry.
Divinity 2 had that same
Yes.
feature, didn't it?
Yeah, it was similar. Yeah, it wasn't like this
Right.
one's going to be a lot more in depth because again, wizards are involved. But yeah,
How did you mention that game, Baldur's Gate? Weren't they making a Divinity like XCOM like game that got cancelled? Do you think that got cancelled because they started on Baldur's Gate?
maybe I know. So they've been
What was
working
the
on Baldur's
studio?
Gate for a while, I think. Yeah, I'm not.
Might not have been the
Sure.
same studio actually.
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, Baldur's Gate. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not a fan of the early access stuff. I never really want to. I just want to play the game.
Depends
And,
on the game.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm the same there. Like I generally won't. Paid for pre-order with Cyberpunk. But yeah, no, with early access, I don't. It's like indie studios will do it quite happily because it tends to support
Yeah.
further development of the game. But with this, I kind of just felt like I'm gonna buy the game anyway, regardless of when it comes out. I might as well get it now and maybe get some stuff down the line when it actually comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
I'm very 50-50 on pre-ordering games. Like, I don't generally. I will like order a game for day of release, but I won't pre-order it. Like, I'll get it like 2 days before it comes out, and then just have it so I can play it on the day. But I'm kind of with Ross with like smaller, your indie games and stuff. I'm more than happy to like.
what's the
like-
difference between pre-ordering a game a month in advance or buying it 2 days in
Basically,
advance?
there isn't. I just want the game on the day, but I'm not willing to put my money down until just before when the reviews come out.
I was gonna say, I guess the reviews
Huh.
come out, don't they? Usually the embargo's usually lifted like 2 or 3
Yeah.
days before, so you know if a
But
game's
then,
gonna be
I mean,
decent enough
reviews
and working.
reviews aren't really all that reliable
Oh
generally.
no, like
True.
it's definitely dependent on like what people could tank a game with reviews and you play it in
Yeah,
your
because
favorite
reviews
game
are
ever.
not- Yeah, I mean that, and it's also like people who want to be the first to get their review out, so they're just going to rush through a game and not pay any attention.
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing a little while ago where one of the reviewers just basically didn't play the game and like made all these statements that didn't make any sense? What game was it?
I do
What was the-
remember that, but I can't remember what game it is.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, with smaller indie titles, I feel like I have less to lose.
Last of Us. I think it was Last of Us.
Like generally, like if you buy an early access title as like a small indie company, it's not going to cost you much. Like for example, In Silence cost us like £5 each, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we played it for a couple of hours. We enjoyed it. We had a bit of fun. We were like, this game has potential, and we'll probably come back to it once they update it a bit more. But I'm
might.
I don't feel like I don't feel like I lost anything by like spending
Yeah.
that £5 on an early access game.
Yeah.
It's kind
I
of
like
the same when
Phasmophobia.
you buy a collector's edition for like 250 liquid that doesn't even liquid the game.
Are you
It's kind of the
actually
same
getting the
thing.
Mass Effect?
Oh yeah.
He's
yeah.
actually managed it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's managed
No,
it.
I'm gonna get it in a couple of days.
Right, well, we'll get onto that in a minute.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm doing it for the
that is on the list.
Oh, yeah, it is. So,
Oh,
anything else?
that's-
Anything else you're looking forward to, except the sweet release of?
Rest games, I think you'll enjoy the look of.
Yeah, I think there's probably quite a list of games that I will look forward to. I just don't know they exist yet, and hopefully this podcast will introduce me to them. One thing I will say, just going to chat quickly, is Dyson Sphere. A few people have told me I will like that because it's
that?
I think it's Factorio in space.
Ooh.
Is the gist I'm getting, and I have put quite a few hours into Factorio.
I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like a hoovering sim.
Like a. I was gonna say I thought it was gonna be like a thing.
I thought it was gonna be like I love you, Colonel Sanders, but for Dyson.
Oh, dude, I would die. That game was so fun.
Would you die, son?
Can we kick him?
So,
Is that possible?
I mean, we can.
Can we
But
kick
we
him
can,
now?
But look, we can, but if we
Okay.
do, it just means that it messes up like the layout for this
Yeah.
chat and what they see.
This is true.
So
Yeah,
if we
it's
could just
okay.
mute him and turn his camera off.
You need my vastly different background to.
You know what? Compared to mine and Rachel's, it is quite different. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
This is valid.
You've got
Valid.
that.
I presume the name comes from the actual thing, a Dyson Sphere,
What's a Dyson sphere?
which is it's a theoretical object, and the idea is you put it around a sun or a star and harness the energy from it, and
Oh, okay. That's
it's
cool.
Limitless to an extent.
Yeah.
I think
Hello,
the term,
welcome to the
Oh, there you
Science
go,
Podcast.
that's the
I think
goal.
the term
There we go.
Dyson Swarm has gotten popular recently. Where instead of one structure,
Swarm.
it's like a swarm of smaller structures. So,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So
Things I didn't think I'd learn about talking about video games that we're excited
Video
for.
game.
this is an astrophysics
Wednesday.
podcast. The fact
Yeah.
that she's not here will absolutely kill Hazel.
When Hazel, where is she? The one
Yeah.
time we talk about space and Hazel's not here to talk about it.
I like to imagine that she's just like, you know, lying in bed reading a book or something, just chilling out, and just suddenly her like ears perk up, and she's like,
Hazel
"I know what they are talking about."
Her Hazel senses. Exactly that voice as well. It's weird.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
she's been smoking a lot recently.
She's smoking or like just possessed
Yeah.
by a demon of space.
Demon of space.
It's a mood.
Nice.
That sounds like a D&D thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of dig it.
That's the big bad end guy for my campaign. Anyway.
Oh, I knew it. Just Daddy?
Oh man, do you want to go through yours first? Should we let because I feel like me and Rachel have quite a lot, and I imagine a few of them.
I have one that I don't think you guys know,
Okay.
and well, I've talked about it.
Okay.
It's a Biomutant,
Which one?
I have heard you talk
and
about
have.
it recently got a release date,
Biomutant.
that. Ooh,
March.
tell me more.
I saw
March.
this and didn't know if I was interested because it looks like
have
just
it
the little
pre-ordered.
furry things from fucking
but
Monster
it's-
World.
Yeah, but it's
So-
it's an open world RPG, like
Uninterested.
sort of like
Hi, Nathan.
steampunky, but also like in like nature, and you play as like an animal, and
An animal.
it's like big swords and guns and stuff. And you kill monsters.
I
It's just
probably
open world RPG, so I'm hooked.
where I play as a furry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, you play as an
I'm down.
animal.
Yeah, but no, it's a furry.
No, as an animal.
No, it's a furry.
See, when you
No,
when you
no,
go
no,
out
I
on the,
will.
when you go out on the weekends, you play as a furry.
Hang on, I'll find an image and put it into the Jock Nerds Discord, and we'll let them decide, shall we?
Oh,
Um,
I-
That's what I was gonna post the
I-
trailers. I just completely forgot that that's what I was
I
gonna do.
pre-ordered the special edition with the statue.
what
that
of
one.
Biomutant?
Damn it.
Yeah,
God
What the
damn
fuck?
it.
Where do you have the space?
behind me.
Why are you like that?
What, you,
I can see behind you. There's no space.
there isn't.
Well, there's
I
the
have
space
the
like way above.
space.
No, there's
Oh,
no
okay.
space. Like there's no space. It's all.
Ah, well,
Oh, he's planning on drinking all the alcohol. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Super Bowl weekend.
Was that,
Let's clear that out.
was that a Unity statue at the top?
Yeah.
Is furry
was-
spelt with one
This
R?
one.
No.
Is it two?
It's spelled with a
No, that's
W
fury.
W-O-O-D-Y. So
Okay.
it's spelled furry.
Is this a furry? There we go. There, I've put it into. So if you're not part of our
Pushing
Discord,
up.
please join and interact
We
with
want
us.
friends.
No,
we
it's
want
not a
more
furry.
friends.
Look, he has big
Come be
bullets.
friends.
It's definitely a furry. Anyway, we'll move.
No.
Hey, do you know what I can? You know what I can do? Slash pull.
Ah.
Keep going. Keep going.
You know what's gonna
Ah.
happen. You know what the answer's
The
gonna
answer's
be.
yes.
Damn it.
But no, it's not one that I actually looked at properly because I saw a furry. But I'll give it a look because actually, open world RPG like
It looks.
is it like a hack and
looks fun.
slash type thing, or is it?
Sort
Does it
of,
look
yeah,
like
I
it can
think
end up
it's
quite hack and slashy?
It looks to me like it's slightly kind of like don't want to say Dark Souls y
Mm-hmm.
because it's been a while since I've seen the trailer,
Right.
but there is an actual like gameplay trailer out there somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, guess
when-
you
when
posted
Rachel
that in the
link?
Discord. And
No,
in the
who would it-
So it's releasing in May. Okay, that's actually close enough. There's a
Oh, May,
lot
I
of
thought it
shit
was
coming
March.
out in May, dude.
May's usually the time, right? It's usually
Yeah,
like
so it's
mid-game
sort of,
and
sort of
summer.
Dark Souls-y, but there's also guns and stuff.
It's like May and like November time is generally when a lot of e-games come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually big boy. People are for summer. People have
See
extra money.
now,
People
yeah,
are
everything
for
got
Christmas.
delayed and it's releasing
Yeah.
now.
Did you have any more, Kuhn?
Well, of course, Mass Effect.
Cool. We'll get onto that one when I get to it.
God of War that is here.
We'll get there when I get there. Don't worry, guys.
Listen, I've got the dates of the release. They're in chronological order. I am ready.
Someone
Wait,
needs to explain this to me because I have no idea about Mass
Having
Effect.
dates, was that like? I'm sorry.
Oh.
COVID, you know.
Do, 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 do.
So
No, you
Tiny
can make it
violin.
smaller.
go ahead.
You can make it
I
smaller.
suppose.
No, we'll talk about Mass Effect. So I'm a little bit confused by what they're doing with it. So is it a remake or a remaster?
Words. So I think depending on the game, it's more so. I think. Bleh.
Mood.
I think they changed some features of the first game, which
Right.
they would have to because it's unplayable.
That's valid.
And I think for like the third one is mostly just a remaster.
Right.
From what I've
Right,
seen,
okay.
like like a lot of the HUD has changed from the first one as well, which makes me think that it's more than just a remaster. I think it's sort of in between.
Hmm.
I think, right? Because there's still a lot of the same mechanics are still in there. Because the first one still has like the Mako
I was gonna
driving
say,
around.
I
thingy
can't
in it.
imagine too much of it would have changed.
No, but
But like, I didn't know how much. Like, if they were like redoing how it like it's basically the graphics from the ground up, or if they were just like sort of improving them and tweaking them.
it looks like they just have redone most of the graphics because the game came out in like 2008, the first one. You can just upscale that, right?
No, I
I don't
imagine
think.
not. I
I'm not a graphic designer or anything, but like that's not what a graphic designer does. I'm not a thingy. I don't know about that stuff, but I don't think you can just go from like 2008 graphics to 4K.
No.
You know.
No, I imagine not.
Also, the models look different. Look a lot more fleshed out.
Yeah, I have not. I think the one screenshot I've seen of a like actual gameplay of it is like the picture of the Mako crossing the bridge.
Yeah.
That like
I think all they did was just add bloom.
just
Just a
bloom.
lot of bloom.
Yeah, because you can see a bloom, but you can't see anything else in that picture. So at
They
least
just
you know
added-
ray tracing is a thing in this, but it might look exactly the same.
A lot of bloom and lens flares. That's what they've done.
But I suppose it's also if they're redoing the controls to make Mass Effect, because I played through all of the Mass Effect games, and this is one of the things I'm not
Several
like,
times.
It's not up there, and I don't think I even put it on my list of games I'm actually interested in playing. because I'm not interested in replaying them.
I've played them so many times. I can play them so many more times. They're so good.
Have they fixed the ending to the third one in this?
They fixed it after people got upset the first time. I think they did an update and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just good.
If it all comes to like Game Pass, I'll probably play it, but I'm not going to buy it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna buy it.
That's fair.
So something else we didn't mention. Wait, I'm sorry. I think I saw. Oh no, it just looks like him. What's the actor in Mandalorian who plays Moff?
Oh man. Yeah, I know who you're on about. But
Yeah,
I
I
can't
saw
remember.
a screenshot and it looked a lot like him.
I mean, I know he's in Far Cry 5.
Right, yeah,
Whatever
him.
it is.
So what they're also doing for Mass Effect is they're releasing this collector's edition that doesn't include the game.
Yeah,
doesn't include the game.
so many versions are
The
doing
game's
that.
not included with it.
The game's not included. It's still like 200 and...
It's
How-
become like a really
How is it an
annoying-
edition of a game if it doesn't come with the game?
It has a
Yeah,
wearable, functional N7 helmet.
Like you're just buying
Oh,
merch is what you're doing.
Buying a helmet. You're buying merch.
what didn't you understand?
So it doesn't need to take...
You can't get a game edition.
If
No,
I'm buying a collector's edition of a game, I expect the game.
The game, yeah.
Yeah, expect to have like a code or something.
Then you're not the fucking target audience, are you?
I'm
So
very much
basically, you're
not.
going to spend
No,
Probably
he's going to
over
spend his
£300.
mate's money. That's the
Oh,
worst.
No, because that's in dollars.
Oh, so what? Like 200 quid probably
yeah.
for the helmet.
Oh yeah.
60 quid, maybe more for the game.
No, it was
So you're
180.
spending almost
And it's
300.
never going
It
to
was-
fit on Coon's
It was,
head.
it was total. Yeah, true. I have a very large head. Just this one.
Does that include delivery, or is delivery not
So
included?
so the 180 something that includes delivery.
Okay, that's all right then.
But not again.
Uh,
At least it includes
and,
Not
delivery.
again. At least delivery is
Yeah.
included. You know, the being
so
kind.
then if you add the game, you come to a total of just under 250 euros.
Dude, like, here's the thing. If I want to buy a collector's edition of a game, I don't want to then also have to buy a separate copy of the game.
Well, just download it.
Here- Here's the thing. I
but you
know if
still have to
Uncharted
pay
did
for
something like that, I would 100% do it. I would 100% spend that much money for something cool
But here's
for a
the
game I
thing,
love.
like, you could
Man,
buy the edition,
I'll do
you could
it.
buy it, and literally there'd just be a drop-down box of digital or physical.
Physical, yeah,
That'd be nice.
yeah.
That'd be
I've got no problem with them doing. Well, I mean, I
Now-
kind of do, but I don't have a problem with it. If
So
people want to
what-
spend their money on it, that's fine. There are games I would do it on, but include the game.
It's
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see maybe why, because it's BioWare who does the collection thing, and then it's EA and Valve who have it on their platform, right? So BioWare can then say, we're just doing this, and we're not getting anyone else involved. So it might, and it might also just be like a rights thing where if they can say that, we're not going to include the game, we're just going to do the stuff that's our IP that maybe EA can say we want to cut of that.
No, see, I reckon that
I'm
they
not
could charge the same amount as they're charging for the collector's edition, but with the game, and they go, how many people do you think we can catch out?
Or they just didn't get any. They could have also just not gotten permission, right, from EA to include the game.
I do wonder how many people are going to buy it expecting the game. And I say this, admitting I've not looked. I
says
don't
it.
know how obvious it is, but
It
It
says
does.
pretty clearly. Now, having worked in retail for quite a long time,
yeah.
people are fucking stupid.
Oh, 100%.
People are really fucking
Still
dumb.
not gonna do
Also, people will pretend to be dumb to make money.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing that I think will put up, convince a lot of people that they'll get the game with it. It comes with a steel case for the disc.
Oh yeah, that would convince me.
Yeah,
That
so
would-
that's the thing. It comes with a steel case, and then I'm just gonna download it on
It would cost them
Steam.
literal pence to include a disc in that with the game on it.
Yeah.
I'll just a piece of paper with a code.
I think it's some sort of legal thing. I don't think.
Here's the thing: I don't think it is because, and up until recently, so many games that the Legendary Edition just came with.
They're not selling the Legendary Edition in anywhere else but their own website as a really limited edition. So it's not like other like Legendary or collector's editions. I think there is a difference there. I think it's like some sort of legal thing or something. I don't think they did it on purpose.
I have no idea.
I don't know if I agree.
I don't
with
think they did it with the intention of making an extra buck. I don't think so.
I don't think it was necessarily the intention of like how we'll catch people out of this, but it rubs me the wrong way.
Mm.
Also, like the helmet looks good quality. So I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, it does look.
It does look really good quality. Until you said injection molded though, I'd be like, that could have been 3D printed.
Well, that I guess, but that's not. It takes a lot longer, doesn't it?
It takes longer, but it'd probably be cheaper. And if they're selling a limited amount, like,
I mean, and they're not selling a limited amount; they're selling it for a limited amount of time.
Oh, okay. So is it to order basically?
Yeah. So I think when they announced it, there were like 8 days left. You could buy that, and there's like 6 days left now.
Man.
See, I prefer that to like a limited amount when people like sell stuff. I prefer it being like you have this much time rather than there is this many of them.
It's easier for the company, right? If they're just gonna say we're gonna make 300 of these.
Yeah, they know how much they're gonna be able to like pay out.
Safer.
I suppose on the flip side of it, though, it's like giving it a time. You give people enough time to like get it, and then there's not like if it's to order, more people are going to be able to buy it. You're going to make more money at the end.
Yeah. I guess you probably find that they get a better deal from their manufacturer, maybe if they can say in advance that we're just going to put this order down for X number this far in advance. How much? You know, we are guaranteeing you this business rather than saying, yeah, we'd like a price from you for we don't know how many we're going to sell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That probably.
It's the way around, right? Rather than going to like the company and being like, hey, we want like 20,000 people have ordered this, and they go, we can't do that many.
Yeah.
And then you have to go to people and be like, hey, it's either going to delay it or we're going to cancel your order because we fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do like if you can do the made to order like mode, it just makes so much more sense.
Yeah. I just can't play more Mass Effect.
That's fair.
Oh yeah.
Well, and then they fucking announced the new one as well. They teased a new one. I just need more Mass Effect in my life. I just need more.
Never played it.
I was just gonna say I've got a friend who's obsessed with it, and it's pretty much the only game that she like really is really into, and she has been for years. And I'm just never have.
Oh, it's so good, so good. It also sort of scratches that Star Wars itch a little.
I get that.
Man, Old Republic. Wow,
there's some Star Wars in here though. It's all good.
Oh
guys.
Boy, same. Oh boy, I got.
I reckon I know which Star Wars it is as well.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Anyway,
they've already pre-ordered it. Later.
Is there a date for it?
Is there Star Wars in there?
No. So, I mean, seeing as we're talking about it, let's just talk about it.
I can't believe you're turning this into the Star Wars podcast.
Don't worry. We won't be on it for too long.
Lego Star Wars.
It's Lego Star Wars, yeah.
Lego Star Wars. So it got announced last year that they were going to be remastering the old Lego games.
I thought it was a complete remake of it all.
It's a complete remake of the original basically all the sequels and the originals. And then they're also doing the
sequels.
Sequels. So they're doing the prequels and the originals, and now they're doing the sequels. That's the one.
Because
Skywalker Saga.
Oh boy.
They're doing the entire Skywalker Saga.
The entire Skywalker Saga. Very excited. I have already pre-ordered it because I get a little metal case of Han Solo on it, and it's going to go right next to my little DB21, whatever his little name is.
BB-8?
Little guy from the other side. Yeah, no, not BB-8. The little one, BDDB little guy from the other Star Wars game, Fallen Order.
Ooh.
Little robot droid.
Yeah.
What's his name? Yeah, that little guy.
Yeah,
I've got a milk case of that little guy, and then
Oh.
Han Solo's gonna sit right next to him. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good
I'm
time.
so excited to relive that part of my childhood where all I played was Lego Star Wars, and not even I don't care if the rest of the game is shit, as long as
Oh, I don't care.
when I play the prequel trilogy, I can go outside of a cantina or like Jax's bar, and just start a fight with some random Lego Jedi, and just start a little war out there. Like, that's all I care about, because I just did that for hours.
Dude, when that game comes out, I'm going to be gone for so long trying to 100% it, because I do that with all the Lego games.
Dude,
immediately
we PC here together doing it at the same time.
If it's multiplayer, we can play together. They're looking at doing it online multiplayer rather than couch co-op. Yes, that's
as
me.
long as couch co-op stays an option.
Couch co-op's going to be an option, and apparently they're going to do it as online as well. And yeah, like couch co-op and split. I was thinking in my head, like, yeah, split screen's different to couch co-op, and I went, no, it's not. No. It's the same.
If online play is a thing on that game when it comes out, we'll stream the entire thing together.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
me and Alex have already had discussions about how we can do Lego games, because I play them religiously, and oh boy, if it has online, it's changing the game. It's changing it all. I'm very excited.
Are there games on Game Pass at the moment?
No.
Waste of fucking time.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, man.
But no.
What do you tell me what you want, and I'll send you it. Tell me whatever game you want. Got all the Lego games.
Have you got them all on Xbox though?
No.
Then you failed me.
PS3 and PS4,
because
babe.
I don't care about trophies. I care about achievements.
Yeah, I know. Dude, my heart hurts because now I'm gonna have to start getting my score up rather than the amount of little trophies I have. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul.
But the score is better.
It is. No, it is. Trust me. If I could go back and tell little 9-year-old Rachel when she chose a PlayStation to go Xbox instead because number goes up, oh boy.
Really? If you could go back and tell 9-year-old Rachel anything, that's what you tell her.
That's what I'm telling her. Because I've wasted almost.
All right.
How old am I? 10 years of my life. No, not 10 years. 10 years of my life. Oh my god, I'm old. 10 years of my life building up the score.
You're old.
And now I'm saying no. Now I'm moving consoles, and I start at 0 again.
You could say more than 10 years.
More than 10 years.
I have just never cared about score or achievements, or like I get people are into it, and like it's fascinating to watch how into it people can be. I just never have. I've never cared.
That's understandable.
For me,
I love like going down lists and being like tick tick tick, and that's what achievements do. Like going down that list and seeing them all pop up.
And see, that's the thing. I love doing that. I love having like little lists of things that I'm ticking off as I've done them, and I just
not for games.
Never have for games.
It's not a thing for me of like besting people. It's just number go up, make brain go brr.
Yeah.
And I recently
seeing number go one.
I spent, like me and Rachel were talking about it, I spent so much time doing this, but I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this on my phone. You're not, is the answer.
Can't.
If I turn the brightness down, you normally can. I recently reached 69,420.
Oh my god.
On as my gamer score, and it was
worth it.
I spent like probably about 10 hours making sure, like planning out the achievements I was going to get to make sure I landed exactly on it.
Wow.
Me and you sat for a while trying to find achievements.
Yeah, because I also for a long ass time had, I think it was like whatever 10,000, whatever 100, and like 1 or 6.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was the most frustrating thing because there's like a handful of games that have like an odd gamer score achievement that can fuck you up. I spent so long trying to find those to sort out the gamer score in time for that.
It's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's impressive.
And now I'm gonna do it, and now I'm gonna 100% Lego Star Wars because Star Wars and Lego.
Yep, perfect. The Lego games are just good in general. They're really fun. I love Lego games.
Did they only do The Force Awakens as for the latest of the films?
No, I think I did all of them.
I don't think they did.
I can't remember. I don't think they did. Because I know I would have.
Lego Star Wars was announced before the Rise of Skywalker
Before the last
came
one came out. Yeah.
I think that is sequel trilogy. Because I think they did the sequel. I think they did the sequel trilogy first, and then did they?
I don't think.
So
they
have Force Awakens as a standalone Lego game.
Yeah, I don't think they had the other two though.
I can't remember what they're called now for the life of me.
Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
That's the one.
No, you're right.
No, apparently there is. No, the Skywalker saga. No.
Yeah.
It's part of Star Wars. Skywalker.
Yeah.
Super. Which I'm very excited to play through them.
But yeah, I'm just excited. Like all 9 films. I don't expect it to be like as big as, having Lego Star Wars 1, Lego Star Wars the original trilogy, because those were big games on their own. Because you had for each episode 20 odd levels, didn't you?
No.
Yes. Yeah.
It was a
No.
lot.
Dude, that's typical of the Lego game.
No, it was 6 each. It was 6 per. I think it was
I swear it was a lot more. I might be wrong.
I think you are.
There's a lot. It's gonna be a lot
but,
anyway.
There's gonna be a lot, but I'm just I'm wondering how detailed they're gonna go into for each of the films.
Hopefully, a lot. Hopefully, just to be fair, they did that for the Harry Potters. Though the Harry Potters were really big, but because it was in one area, so they might just do the same. I'll have it in similar, open world areas, and have certain gateways.
Aren't they just remaking the first 2 games and then adding more to it, or are they just just making a whole new? Is it a whole new game, or are they redoing?
I'm pretty sure it's a whole new game.
It's a whole new game, but they haven't really said a lot.
Because the first 2 were on PS2 and X and original Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they've remade those a couple of times, haven't they?
No.
Really?
They did the original. They did the first 3, the original trilogy, and then not long after, it was still only on PS2 and Xbox and original Xbox. They did the complete saga, which was both trilogies, and then they didn't release another Star Wars one until the Force Awakens came out.
Right. How upset would you be if they spoke?
No, I'd be really happy if they spoke.
See,
really?
I
don't think that belongs.
I know they're going to speak. However, I'm at peace with that. However, the effort that they put in to make scenes that you couldn't do really without spoken word work without spoken words. So
it just added to what that game was.
Spoiler alert for The Empire Strikes Back, and one of the most well-known moments in Star Wars, the I am your father scene.
What?
Why do you?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You just ruined it. I was just about to start watching.
Jar Jar Yoda's father?
Shit.
Makes sense. No, makes sense.
They convey that scene literally with just Darth Vader holding a picture of Anakin and pregnant Padme and just going, and
so
just
good.
Not being able to speak just makes stuff like that funnier.
Yeah, it just adds to the whole aesthetic of the game.
It's there's a TikTok going around, the other day, of Lego Harry Potter, where Harry finds out that Sirius is dead. Spoiler alert. Through when Harry, spoiler alert, also dies, and he sees his mum and everything, and Sirius just pops up, or it's Remus. Remus just pops up and is like, "Hi," and he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah," and he's just like, "Well, there you go." That's
it's stuff like that. It's just
I like the
quality.
The Lord of the Rings one. ones. I think they just took sound clips from the movies.
Yeah.
That's what they do a lot of them now.
And it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but you got some of the background noises as well.
Yeah.
It's like ambient forest sounds. Like, oh, okay. Yeah.
That's somewhere about. Lego games, very good. Very good games.
I'm very excited for that. A chance to be a child again.
There is still no release date.
Yeah, there is still no release date. I think it was like I did write this down, I think. Oh no, it was
Q2, I think.
Yeah, Q2. So like the summer is meant to be when it releases.
Summer's meant to be, yeah. But it'll probably be August.
Yeah.
September time, I reckon. The kids.
So what else do you have in your list cue cards there?
So, I'll start with the one that's actually only coming out in just like over a week. Is Little Nightmares 2.
I was going to mention Little Nightmares.
I've never played the first one, and I really want to. I'm using this as an excuse to get the first one and play it. It's like a little puzzle game. It's very, from what I've seen of it, it's very Limbo-esque. If you've ever played Limbo.
Yeah, it looks very Limbo. 3D Limbo.
3D Limbo.
Yeah. Yellow raincoat.
And I always wanted to play the first one, and I just never got round to it. So I'm gonna get both of them, play through them together.
On what did you have, PlayStation?
I have everything.
Okay, so on PlayStation, I don't know if they're still doing it, but there's a bundle with 3 games, and Little Nightmares is one of them, and it's like dirt cheap. It's like £3 or £4, I think.
Is Little Nightmares on Game Pass?
This doesn't like a kid-friendly game.
It's not. Definitely no. Do not play with kids.
Because from the cover art, it's like
it looks very cutesy.
Adventure game, but then you see a screenshot with just like a bag of dead bodies.
Yep.
Like, oh.
It's very like you're playing as a child basically, so everything's made to look really like cutesy and how like a kid would see it, but in the background you're seeing like people like chopping people up, or not chopping people up, but chopping things up, and like it's very dark. It's like it's cool.
Up.
It's very cool.
Shit be fucked up.
Yeah, the big baddies, scary, very scary.
And I am all for it. It comes out in like a week, and I'll probably buy it both when it comes out or like in March. But also, I've come to the realization that up until I think, about July, I have a new game coming out that I'm interested in every month.
Ooh. Oh. Let's go through month by month.
Let's go.
Now,
Little Nightmares was the only one.
You're probably going to play like 2 of those.
No, I'm going to play all of them.
Right.
Little Nightmares
that's what
was the
happened
only
to
one.
me. You look at like the Game Awards and E3 and stuff. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's a good game. Oh, that's a great game. You play like 2 of them.
You think there's going to be an E3 this year?
Nah, online maybe.
I think it will be
like last year.
Kind of like how the Game Awards was.
Yeah.
Where it's like maybe one person stood in a room presenting, no audience, and then just like running through being like, here's like Xbox. Like this is the
Which was fine. It's not, you want the sort of grandeur of the whole thing, right? But
like everyone's sitting around their computers to watch like each conference and that, but we'll probably be doing it anyway.
At least no weird flute guy.
No weird flute guy. And I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
I can't remember what game that was for.
It was the game with the I have it here.
He's trying.
Tsushima.
Oh, that's
Yep.
There you go.
So Little Nightmares was the only one for February. Did you have any others for February, Rach?
I don't know when my release dates are, so please
I'll just keep
continue. Please, yes.
Is this no? That's meant to be March. So 18th of March, Prince of Persia remake.
Oh, okay.
Prince of Persia Time remake is coming out.
Not on my radar.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I think I realised that was quite so soon.
And while I don't think it looks that good visually, if it plays anything like Prince of Persia, I will have a blast.
You're gonna have fun. That's all about us.
Again, it's like, as much as I know, like I'm starting to get a bit worn down by like the let's remake everything because we can't think of something original. I'm also like, oh, but I like reliving these games that I played because they were good.
Do you think that's maybe why they're remaking everything?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely is.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well, my thing is like a lot of the reason I don't go back and play a lot of the games that I used to love is because now they're unplayable.
Yeah.
They feel
No, it's
comparatively unplayable. To what
i.e.
they
Mass
are
Effect
now.
1.
Yeah, like Mass Effect 1, but that was unplayable when it came
Dash.
out. So like,
Witcher 1. Oh wait, no, same thing.
But like, yeah, I don't think I could happily go back to a PS2 game and go, I'm really having fun with this. Like, I'm used to really tight controls now. I'm used to like, obviously, the graphics aren't all to me. Like, I'll play Stardew Valley, which isn't exactly the most graphically intense game. I fucking love that game, but like, it's also the nostalgia goggles of, damn, that game looked a lot better than when I was a kid.
It looks ends for me because I can go back to a game like Risen, for example. I can play that still, but that's just, it's not like an action game, right? Still like an RPG, which plays a bit slower, so that sort of it's a bit easier.
Yeah, I do get it though, because I know I'll do it with anything like. So I've asked recently about Dragon Age. I've asked recently about BioShock, and I did with Skyrim a couple of years ago, and it was always just like, where's good to start? Because I know that if I go back to an old game and it plays like shit, I know what I'm like. I'm just going to ignore the rest of the series.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair.
Like I don't want to be like that, but I'm used to what now brings.
Yeah. We're all spoiled.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the Prince of Persia remake, just to replay a game where they've gone back over the control. They've tightened everything up. The graphics definitely look like early era Xbox One, like that, like 2013. They don't look amazing, but I'm fine with that. Like, I can live with this is a remake.
They've
called it a remake. I don't. Okay. They're not bad, but they're not amazing. They're not like.
It's like 2013. That's 7 years ago.
When you put it like that, Coon.
2013
right? Was like the PS4 and Xbox One.
PS.
25
already. God.
Yeah, that's for context. 2013 was when GTA 5 came out.
Yep. Yeah, it was. I remember playing it.
It's coming out again soon.
Doing it again.
But yeah,
like, came out on PS3.
I can live with that, but I think going back to PS2 graphics would just be a bit too far back for me. So like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited because it's just going to be one of those games that I played the shit out of as a kid, and I'm just going to be able to play it again and be like, I'm a child again, but now I don't have bedtime.
But you do have adult responsibilities.
I do have adult responsibilities.
Yeah.
But also,
but I have a job.
I control when I take time off, not my school or the government.
True.
True.
Big brand.
True.
So that I think that's the only one in February I was interested in, and then March.
Something on my list.
And then there's one coming out at the end of April, which I'm sure Rachel's also interested in, and it's on the Switch.
The Switch.
It's on the Switch.
The Switch.
It's Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, boy.
Pokemon Snap.
Oh, okay.
Literally just
so
taking
excited.
pictures of Pokemon. I can't fucking wait.
Every Pokemon Direct or Nintendo Direct, I'm like, are they announcing Snap yet? Are they announcing Snap yet? It's the only game I can about. And then they announced Snap just randomly as well. They were just like, yeah, Snap's coming out.
At the end of April.
Hey, go guys, have fun. I was like,
so that'll be a reason to pick up my Switch, which has been sat there for a fair little while now.
Yeah.
The last game I played on the Switch was I think Mario Odyssey.
Here's the thing,
I stopped
April or something.
It's one of those consoles that I'll take with me if I'm traveling and play the shit out of it while I'm traveling because it's the console for traveling. And whenever a new game that I'm seriously interested in comes out, I will play the shit out of it. Outside of that, barely touch it.
Prices for the game don't drop, which is a real bitch.
I don't bother buying secondhand, so I'm not that bothered.
Which, I mean, but just in general, because if you buy like a 2-year-old like PC game or whatever, it's going to be a lot cheaper than it did when it released. If I want to play Kirby, it's still $60. It's dumb.
Yeah, so I go through phases with my Switch, but I primarily play. I'll try that one again. Primarily play Stardew on it, because Stardew is the game I play when I want to play a game, but I don't want to sit at my desk. And it's the game I want to play on a Saturday morning when I really can't be fucked to move, but I want to play something. And my Switch is there right next to me. I'll just pick it up and do a few days of farming.
Ross, do you have a Switch Lite or a regular one?
I'm on a Lite. I originally had the regular one, but Joy-Con drift. So I got I replaced it with a Lite.
Because that was it's one of the things that's like, it's just nice to be able to, like, because I sometimes do that as well. I'll generally, like, if I pick up the Switch, it'll be late at night, or like first thing in the morning, I'll just get back into bed and be like, hee hee. But then, like, if I get the urge, I want to continue playing this game, but I want to sit on the sofa, I'm like, oh, there's a dock I can plug it into, and then it's on my TV.
I said is in the box in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, I never docked.
I find that out late.
I never used the dock. So it didn't bother me. So, and I was thinking about that when I got the new one. Was like, do I want to spend the extra and get the regular, and the more I thought about it, I just kept being like, no, I won't use the dock. There's literally no point.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the other thing I play on the Switch is I've got Skyrim on there, but I play Slay the Spire.
Can't say.
Ooh, I don't think I've that one.
So it's how best to describe it as I Google viciously. It's like a roguelike card game. There we go. I'm going to take that straight from their Steam page. And you basically you go through. I think it may have originally been a card game, if I remember rightly. But yeah, you basically you go through levels, fighting monsters and picking up treasures and all sorts, and beating bosses at the end of each. There's like 3 main sections, and it's really fun for just killing half an hour, 45 minutes. And again, that's one I tend to play. It's something I want to play laying in bed, not sat at my desk. So
it's the other way around. It's an app, and they want to make a board game out of it.
Right. Okay. I knew there was a board game involved somewhere.
Cool.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap. Just taking pictures of Pokemon. I'm just excited to do that. I know.
A lot of collecting them all.
Do that in real life. Take pictures of animals in real life.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, but there's not a book that I can tick off for all the animals I've photographed.
There definitely is.
There definitely is, Rachel.
Not of every single animal. I could bird watch.
You could bird watch.
And the way it's going, I might become a bird watcher at this point.
At least you won't be basic anymore. You'll just be boring.
I know, right? I'll have Fleetwood Mac on, and that'll be the basic part of me, and then I'll go bird watching.
Look, I'm just gonna say, it's a good excuse to spend time out in nature.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're getting to do that, so fair play to them.
It depends what kind of birds you're watching, though.
No.
Well, we all like a nice tip.
Yeah, we do.
Boobies. Blue-footed boobies.
I hear you all so much. There's so much here.
Good.
All right, I can myself too. It's fine.
It's big mood. So yeah, Pokemon Snap.
You're so well prepared.
I am so well prepared. May, Resident Evil 8. I can't wait
Oh, I forgot that
wait
one.
to be trodden on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so I played like the very first Resident Evil, and I've not touched anything from it since.
Mm-hmm.
I had a brief experience in the middle where Matt Bragg released the 99 Luftballoons thing on Facebook, which is the funniest thing Achievement Hunter have ever done. The funniest thing they've ever done, and it was on Facebook.
I really like that.
Then suddenly,
the English song instead of the German.
Suddenly, all of my Discord and Twitter and everything is filled with people wanting to be trampled on by a 9'2" lady.
Yeah,
9'2", is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't want to offend anyone by getting the height wrong.
Listen, Markiplier said the most accurate thing, and like, there are multiple parts of that woman's body that could crush my head like a walnut, and I'm okay with this. And the boobs are just one of them.
The thing that was upsetting to me was when she like had to duck down, way down to get through a doorway. It was like,
that
Just
makes me feel even
we'll
smaller.
live in a taller house.
To be fair, no,
Build bigger doorways.
if it's her house, she would have her size doorways.
Right?
Maybe she just likes the intimidation of having to squeeze through a door.
Maybe it's just open plan. Maybe she just has an open plan floor.
No, she stepped in one of the trailers. She stepped through a door.
Maybe she has one doorway.
Maybe
that's
her house.
Oh. Oh, so now we're going into theories here.
There you
So
go.
now
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Plot twist.
That
M. Night
isn't-
Shyamalan.
But
While
that's
it's the
just-
majority of the reason I want to play Resident Evil 8, the big woman is not the only reason. There is another woman. No.
It's a door, right?
Like a small woman.
There is smaller women. No. It's Chris got me into the Resident Evil.
Chris Redfield.
No. Our good friend Chris got me playing Resident Evil 2 and got me hooked. And like since then, I have just been so in love with playing the Resident Evil games that I'm just like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to genuinely be scared again. Cause like because like, you know, the when I played Resident Evil 2, this was only like a year or so ago. It shat me up. I played Resident Evil 3. It didn't shit me up quite as much, but it was like, it's that not knowing what's coming. And I'm ready to like wimp out and have people tell me I'm a wimp, just like in Phasmophobia.
Just pay me. I'll
do it.
I could pay 50 quid instead, and then you don't gain anything from it.
fair.
Spite, I like it.
It's true.
Can I pay you to?
Yeah, you can pay me. I don't care what it is. I'll take the money.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after. But yeah, no, Resident Evil 8 is like, I'm excited. I am excited for this. Still need to finish Resident Evil 7 though.
My favorite thing about the most recent two Resident Evil games is that they do the funny thing with the numbers. For the Resident Evil 7, they did VII, VIL, and now for Village they did the
Roman numerals, you mean?
Yeah. The funny things.
But like in the name, you know.
It's like in the name. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
That's all I know about the games as well.
So yeah. Fuck off. Just goddamn it. June, I have Back for Blood.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard that one.
You have definitely heard of it, Rachel. It was that zombie game that we were talking about that looked like Left 4 Dead.
I do remember this.
Spiritual successor, I think.
Yeah, spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. Instead of Left 4 Dead 3, they just give us this instead.
I think it's the team that made it, but Valve still has the rights to Left 4 Dead.
It is.
Yeah.
Just a zombie game that, again, gives me... It's that classic Left 4 Dead style of gameplay, but they are making a new IP out of it, which is like, I'm like, good.
It definitely it has the same special infected in it as well, right? Like
apart from that big fucker. That to step on.
It's just Left 4 Dead, but more, and that's all it needs to be.
Yeah. So I just need to have fun with my friends, shoot some zombies.
Left 4
Done.
Dead, Dead 2 and more.
Yeah, a game that we can just play, chat a bit of shit, and occasionally we actually have to pay attention to what we're doing because we're dying. Like,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that sounds like my jam.
Yeah, and we're just it's a lot of the games I've got on here are single player, and it's one of those ones that is gonna be is multiplayer, and I'm like, I'll be ready for multiplayer because I have been playing for a lot of single player games.
Yeah.
But there's not really too much to say about Back 4 Blood. It's just new Left 4 Dead, and it looks super fun.
Looks fun. Looks like just a fun little game.
That's card 1 done.
I'm on board. Card 1. How many cards do you have? How long is this podcast running?
1.5 more.
That's not long. That's not long. He only took an hour to get through one card.
It's gonna be a long one, guys. Get ready for it.
No, to be fair, a couple of these will blitz through because like no one else will be interested in them. And the last one that is like a confirmed date that I've got written down is Blood Bowl 3.
Well, I don't think I've heard of that.
No, I didn't think anyone would. It's Warhammer,
Heard of
but
it?
American football.
Right, I do know what Blood Bowl is.
Okay.
Warhammer Blood Bowl is a turn-based. It's a board game kinda, but based on the Warhammer franchise. But it's their version of American football. So it's like it's not like playing Madden. It's literally like turn-based, and you move each character and everything like that. But it's just fun.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I mean it's almost always on sale. Blood Bowl 2 is almost always on sale. If you want to download it and give it a go, I will happily walk you through how to play.
You can actually play it in like physical.
I have the physical version as well. I've got all my little models painted on my own team. Yeah, they have bright pink armor. It's beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
I will send you a picture of one of my models after this to put in the chat.
Cool.
But yeah, so Blood Bowl, that's just a Oddworld Soulstorm.
I knew you were going to mention Oddworld because I remember you really liked it when it got announced.
Yeah, so it's one of those games that I played as a kid. It's been so long since I fucking played it that I can barely remember the story, so I'm gonna have to replay it. But it's again just another fun puzzle game. Like, you play as Abe, a weird like little alien thing, and you just gotta save your mates. Basically, is the gist of it. And it's just fun. It's just fun. It's a good bit of. It's like, imagine Lemmings, but like that sort of like you have a group of these things to handle and got to make sure they don't die. But you're a bit more in control instead of like getting them to edit the world around you. But yeah, I'm just excited for that. And when they announced it, I was like, "Oh, I'm a little child again."
You're like, oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the games you're waiting for are nostalgia factor.
Shut up, Ross.
I feel like a lot of right. Like a lot of games recently have just been nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like here's a remake of a game. Like we're talking about earlier.
I mean, to be fair, this is an actual sequel to it. But like, yeah, I get what you mean. It's like there feels like there's not many new IPs, and it's either continuations or remakes. And it, yeah.
Oh, wait, like my list.
Oh, sorry. Gotham Knights. It's meant to come out this year.
Batman.
Batman. The one where you can play as like Robin, Batgirl, fucking Bitch Boy.
Which Robin?
Bitch Boy.
Bitch Boy.
Coming soon. So, what kind of game is it?
It's like the Batman Arkham series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's basically it's that gameplay, but you, like I said, you can play as like Batgirl, Robin, Red Hood, and Nightwing.
Once again, you have not told me which Robin you can play.
Whichever one isn't Nightwing or Red Hood.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the same like?
It's set in the Gotham universe, yeah.
Right. Because I've started playing. I started playing the first one a while ago.
Really good game. Really good game.
Yeah. I need to play more of it.
Those are one of those games that, like, if I'm gonna recommend it to anyone, like, within reason, you could probably play like Gotham Knight without having ever played the other two or Origins, but it's one of those games where like you want to play from the first one because it's
backstory and stuff.
not even not story, gameplay, because the gameplay of all of them are solid through and they're consistently good. And like even going back to like the first one, it's good.
Yeah.
But it's the thing of it when you play the second one, you pretty much start with some of the mechanics that you had from the first one. Like towards the end of the game on the first one, and then when you play the next one, you have a lot of the mechanics that you had.
So it's not like the main character magically loses all of his powers.
I think at some points that stuff like that does happen, but like it's if you were to play like Gotham Knight, Arkham Knight, and then go play Arkham Asylum, you definitely have that feeling of like I feel like I'm missing a lot, and I feel naked and afraid.
Right.
Like, so I would recommend if you're going to play it.
Trademarked, so you can.
So like play Arkham Asylum first, and the gameplay's still really. I played through them recent, like. Maybe
Arkham Asylum is solid.
Arkham Asylum still plays really well to this day.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think that was actually the first game I played on my my ultra wide on 44 hertz monitor.
Nice. So you spent €500 on a monitor, and you didn't even play a game that would challenge it.
About that Mass Effect helmet.
You have ordered it, haven't you?
No. Just spending too much money on something that you don't really need. The art style for Gotham Knights looks a bit different than the other Arkham games. Like it looks a bit more cartoonish, like slightly.
No. I think it's brighter because the characters are a bit brighter.
If you look like the close-ups on the faces, it looks a bit more. I don't know. It just looks a bit more cartoony to me.
Yeah. Although I don't know when it's set because, like, obviously, if you can play as Batgirl, it's Barbara Gordon, and if you've played Arkham Asylum, she ain't Batgirl no more.
Doesn't she like get implants at some point in the comics?
Fuck no, I don't read enough of the comics to know.
Neither do I, but I think that's a common thing where
quite possibly
Barbara at some point gets like implants so she can walk again and stuff. It happens on Green Arrow with Felicity. Okay.
I believe
But yeah, like just Arkham Asylum style gameplay. I am excited for. I think it might be multiplayer. I can't remember. But
cool.
Yeah, it's
it would lend itself well to multiplayer, right? Like
more Arkham gameplay is something I'm down for.
Nice.
Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's apparently meant to be coming out this year. I don't know if I've seen anything for it though.
Heard a lot about
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh my god!
That's not this year, is it?
I'm
It
not
is.
sure.
It's either this year or
Has it
2022.
been announced?
So I saw
Yeah,
something
it
come
got
out of it. I looked at it, and The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild will launch in Q2 of 2021, according to retailer leaks. So I'm not sure how true that is, but a lot of stuff is like suggesting like it could be this year.
That seems soon for there to have been barely any news on it.
Well, it depends because I mean, like,
you think there'd be at least like one or two more trailers beforehand.
I mean,
Q2 is like Q2.
If Q2 isn't right, then like end of the year. But like,
I mean, yeah, I can see that, but like Q2 starts in 2 months.
Yeah, and then
how long? When did Legend of Zelda get released?
It was
and when
released
did it go down?
pretty much just before the Switch.
19.
Because that was
1990
really quick
something?
turnaround.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
It was. Nintendo have very quick turnarounds from them announcing a game to it being released. They don't do a lot of marketing. They know that their core audience is why they do things. It's people who like the series who will know that it's coming out.
Yeah,
is usually the way the Nintendo's market works.
Breath of the Wild was announced in 2013.
It was a Wii U release, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I just asked.
In
chat.
Okay, there was quite a big gap between its announcement and its release.
Oh, really?
It was officially announced. Breath of the Wild was officially announced in a Wii U Direct presentation in January 2013. It announced in 2017. Sorry, it released in 2017.
Switch.
So we're going to
it
get
makes sense.
World 2 in 2024.
No, I
Wait,
think
what's this?
Wii U was dying, right? So if they knew the Wii U was dying, why put your big game on it? Put it on the Switch, which
It was
probably developed
pretty much at the same time as the Switch released. Like, it was like, oh, it's also on Wii U, we guess.
Yeah.
Please don't buy
Yeah.
on Wii U.
Because Wii U was dying. So if they knew the Wii U was dying, they wouldn't announce a big game onto it. If they, especially if they knew they had a new console, save it for the new console so that people buy it. Especially because they didn't. The Switch didn't launch with a lot. It launched with a few big games, but not a lot of big games. So it makes sense for them to have kept it back.
Yeah.
And then
Was it?
With this.
I don't think Breath of the Wild was a release title for the Switch, was it?
Yeah.
It was.
I think it came
yes.
out like a bit later, didn't it?
I think it came out like a week or two after it launched, right? I'm pretty
No,
sure
Switch
it came out
on the same day as Legend of Zelda.
Huh.
Did it? Fair enough.
So it was a release title. But yeah, if that's true, again, it was like I was scrolling through like games coming soon stuff, and that was on there, and then I looked it up and it said like this year, so I'm like, if that's true, great. I fucking love Breath of the Wild. It's so much fun. And I have a reason to get back on my Switch.
Shit motion controls.
I didn't play it with the motion controls, so.
Yeah, what about the what they call shrines, where you had to tilt the ball and get it to go through the maze?
I did play it with some motion controls. I thought it was like, I mean, the motion controls are always a bit iffy.
Awful, because like you could start off with your Switch on a completely flat surface and it down, and after about a minute and a half, 2 minutes of playing that, the level would be completely upside down to how you started. It didn't stay in line with where your foot was. I mean, by leaving the shrine and coming back.
Oh, okay. I don't remember it being that bad, but like,
yeah.
I to be fair, at the time I was playing it with it plugged into a TV, so it might have been the fact that I was just using the controllers.
Yeah, that makes it easier because you can. It doesn't matter what way you're turning the controller because you can still see it on the screen. Whereas if you're playing it on the Switch, if you turn it so far that you can't see the screen, you don't know what you've got to do.
Yeah.
Rach has indeed frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also like you're giving the smolder like.
I'm really confused.
She's
confused,
but
very
like Vogue.
It's beautiful. It's a good
Confused
time.
Vogue.
Yeah.
This
is actually I've just been sat still. It's not froze.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we are. You're moving.
She's getting the power to sit perfectly still.
Hazel does have a point.
Yeah. No matter how frozen your face is, you are gorge.
Okay.
I only have two more, guys. I promise I'm nearly done.
What we got? There's a big game that I'm going to be surprised if you don't mention.
Gorg.
Okay. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Alex was very excited about that game.
How was the first one?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of shit on it. I'm sure it's great.
Isn't that based on a tabletop RPG?
I think it might be.
No, it was previously a game, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure there were games.
So there is a game.
Masquerade was as a tabletop RPG.
It might have been originally. I'm not sure.
But yeah, just playing as a vampire in it. Like, I mean, I'm interested.
Not that I can see, Ku. It does not look like it was a board game.
Vampire the Masquerade game. Yeah, it's a TTRPG.
Yeah. Just playing as vampire, biting shit. Like, yeah, I just want to play as
you can do that in life.
Yeah, I know, but like, I just
go out and bite shit.
Yeah, but if I do, I'll get COVID. Like,
it's not illegal.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, but I mean, I've had half of the vaccine, so I suppose I can bite like just a nibble, right?
Well, how long ago did you have it?
Has
it been more than 2 weeks?
It's been more than 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, you can go and bite shit.
I can go and nibble. Sick.
Yeah.
Sounds fair. Have fun.
I'm gonna take some bath salts and tear off someone's face.
Do it.
And then two more. I've got Bayonetta 3.
Weeb.
Is anyone excited for Bayonetta?
Yeah, I fucking love Bayonetta. Hack and slash. I love hack and slash games.
Here's the thing: are you excited about the hack and slash? Or are you excited about the women.
No, I genuinely so much. I genuinely look. Just the fact that they're wearing hair lingerie, it doesn't mean that.
Hey, because you're wearing lingerie, don't want you know. I want to be
Bayonetta's just fun, okay, guys? Just let me be a weeb in peace.
No.
Listen,
Absolutely not.
So people can be excited about an 8-foot tall woman who's like every body part can crush her. Sorry, 9'2" woman whose head can fucking crush anyone. But I can't be excited about.
Okay. Neither of those two things are okay. Okay.
But I can't be excited about a game where I get to cut up shit while the character I play as like becomes naked when she uses her abilities. Like,
Hey, as long as you admit that's the reason why you wanted to play it, that's fine. I wouldn't shame you. Don't be. Some people are like, you insult so that everyone's nude in this game. Shush, shush.
listen, they're only nude when they use their abilities, and it's hair based. Leave me alone.
It's That's
It's not like pubic hair.
What do you mean?
Hair, down,
Look, just watch.
That's a furry.
They prefer to be called Harrys, actually.
Oh god.
Fucking hell.
Sweet Jesus.
Anyway,
Isn't one of your pins called Harry?
and then
If you don't say this.
I'm probably gonna miss it, and you're gonna remind me, and I'm gonna be like, "Holy shit! I just can't believe I've got this." The only other one I've got on here is Earth Defense Force 6.
Interesting. It's not the game I thought you were gonna say. What is that?
EDF.
Explain that to me.
EDF is just a really, really shit. Like, it's like one of those you're fighting waves and waves of enemies, but they're all giant bugs.
That one, yeah, that doesn't make any
You're
sense
just
at all.
fighting giant ants, spiders, and fucking flies and
Grounded?
shit. Huh?
Frogs?
No. It's grounded, but like you're not small, they're big.
There's frogs. There's big frog men.
Yeah, big frog man.
Reverse Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, so basically, and it's so much fucking fun and so dumb.
Bugs.
And me and my mates, like when we like sort of 15, 16, would just play this game for hours, and it's just ridiculous and dumb and shit, and I love it.
So Earth Defense Force 6 looks like a game that would have been released in 2010.
Yep. They don't get better. I told you they don't get better.
This big wasp's nest on buildings.
Oh, that sounds fun
Oh,
though.
and guess what? Scantily clad women.
Are there?
Oh yeah.
There's never been scantily clad women in one of these that I've played before, so...
Sure.
Earth Defense Force Iron Rain Co-op.
But yeah, just another game that I will play.
So the game I'm shocked you haven't mentioned is the new Outlast game. Outlast Trials.
See, I saw that and I was like, I don't know if I'm excited. I don't know if I care. Like...
I'm surprised. I thought you were a big Outlast dude. I thought you
Outlast,
like
I'm
Outlast.
fine with Outlast. I think it's alright. I think it's pretty good. Like, it's definitely one of those ones that sparked horror games as like the big thing.
Is that the third one in the series then?
Pardon?
Is that the third one in the series?
Yeah. Because there's only been like an announcement trailer for it.
It's an announcement trailer, and that's it. But it's due to launch this year,
Right.
so you'll see more at E3 or if they do their own thing.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Whatever it is, you'll see like a gameplay trailer, and it'll probably not be the first time.
The first one was the one in the hospital, right? And then the second one was in some kind of like village somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
So one was like an insane asylum, and the second one was a
village
village.
with the church right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll
And then
see what it's like.
Back to an asylum of some kind, from what I've seen so far. But
Interesting.
it looks, I was gonna say, it looks okay.
I'll give it a
Looks
go.
okay.
See what it's like.
It's not this game. Yeah. Pretty much get what you get on the tin, right?
I think
Big
my
bad
thing
characters.
is like I'm never really a major fan of the games where you can't like those sort of horror games where your only option is to run.
Run and hide.
Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like it gets a little bit like oh, this is all I can do is run and hide and then do the thing and then run and hide and then wait a bit and then do the thing. Like,
isn't that what makes it scary though? Because if you could, if you can actually fight off your attackers, then isn't it more so an action game than a horror game?
I don't mind not being able to necessarily be, I want something that makes me feel like I can slow them down even if I know I can't kill them. Or I have some way of I don't want my only option to be just hide.
Do you think there's a difference between a scary action game or a horror game?
Yes.
Yeah. So are you saying like
if you like say you play Outlast but you have a gun, it's not scary anymore, is it? Right?
I would argue
most of that game is like running away and being chased, right? Like if you
the problem is though, because it becomes the thing that you get used to, eventually it doesn't take that long for that to stop being scary.
Right.
Yeah. That's
my problem.
I've never thought horror suits a long form type of entertainment anyway. And like how many horror games are there where that is not the case, right? Think of something like Amnesia. Same thing. It has the puzzle element, but at some point you're just running away from the thing that's been chasing you the entire time. So I get what you're saying, and I guess I would agree. I
think a good example of like a horror game that I feel like does that, your options are run, is Resident Evil 2 and Mr. X, because you can't fight him, you can't kill him, but you can slow him down.
I think that's the thing I said, right? Like where it's a horror-ish action game versus a horror game. Right? Like it's an action game with horror elements.
No, RE2 is definitely like it's I'm trying to think of the words to sort of explain. Like if you give me a gun with limited ammo in a horror game, it's still scary as shit because you're like, I've got to preserve this. And
I've seen you play Resident Evil 3. I don't think you ever you came close to running out of ammo.
You've also got to think how many times I've played that game.
Yeah, I suppose.
I know, like, you eventually know where all the ammo is and everything, but like, for example, when I was playing for Resident Evil 2 at first, I was running out of ammo left, right, and center because I was inefficient. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
And like, putting that into something like a horror game like Outlast, just you have a gun, but it has very limited ammo. Like, you're not going to find many bullets lying around, or a weapon of some sort that breaks really easily, like
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Like no, even that, but like it still makes it tense because it's like I haven't got a lot to defend myself with, but it's like, oh, I have something to defend myself with, and that becomes scary when you suddenly don't.
Dead Space? Question mark?
I don't think I ever run out of ammo, but that is I again, it's one of those games that like at the beginning scary as shit. Like after a while, it sort of peters out a bit.
I guess it's
Last of Us.
Go on, Ross.
No, I was just going to say, like, I guess a similar thing to that is with in Silence, you've got the armory in there, haven't you? Mm-hmm. Where you can go and you can get. We never did it, so I don't know exactly how it works. But you go in and you get weapons or something, but that's a whole thing to do. Mm. It's not as simple as you've got a gun, and once you've got the gun, you're good. You got to go through a whole process, which we never. I don't know how hard we really tried, but we certainly never managed.
We just never found the. I don't think we tried to do anything in that game.
It's true.
What do you mean about the Rat King, though?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we tried to form
a government. Yeah, well, government, monarchy,
dictatorship, tyranny. Tyranny. Sorry.
But yeah, I will probably play it at Outlast Trials when it comes out, but it's not like if I miss it.
Is it?
It's Outlast
like
Trials, isn't it?
Is it like a motorcycle?
That is so much better.
You know, every time I've heard the word trials when we've been talking about it, I've thought that game.
I love it. Trials. Anyway,
God, if that came out with Trials Outlast now, that'd be great.
Oh my god.
I will probably play it if there's nothing else around at the time, or if I think we can stream it.
And given the list you have, unlikely. Right.
Rachel,
well,
what else do you have?
Anything to add, Rachel?
Oh boy. Oh, I have a few games.
Get your list. We're here for another hour and a half. It's fine.
Oh, don't worry, I'll whip through mine. So there's a game that I think Ross might like that's in early access right now. You can get demos on Steam, I still think, and you can apply to be in the beta called Harvest Islands, and it gives me Stardew vibes. And essentially what it is
Harvest Moon?
on like an island. No, you're on like an island with your sister and your family, and you're like looking for like sacrifice, not a sacrifice, but a gift. I can't think of the word right now for your god, basically. And like stuff happens, and like a raccoon steals your stuff, and you have to go get it. And it just looks like a really fun little quirky little game that's like kind of Harvest Moon, Stardew, that kind of vibe, like Nintendo kind of vibe, like early Nintendo vibe. And I'm just down for it. It just looks like fun, and it's just the guys. It's in early access right now. It just looks like a good little game.
Yeah, inspired by Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, and Rune Factory. I've seen a few little bits about it, and yeah, it's definitely got Stardew vibes.
Yeah.
One friend wants this game.
Who would that be?
Who could it be?
My own as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that definitely looks like the sort of thing that I'll inevitably pick up, and then it'll be 6 years later, and I'll realise I've been playing that entire time.
It's just like, oh my god, 200 hours.
Yeah.
Ooh. Speaking of board games, a little bit of a left turn, but there's a board game that just came out of Kickstarter. It was announced in July last year called Pizza Delivery, and it just looks like it's a fun little game where you are a pizza delivery guy, and you are going around the city.
I just went to Google Images and I typed pizza delivery. Guess what? Didn't get the game.
Are you now about to get pizza though?
No, there is porn
Okay.
though. No, I'm kidding.
So
It's just-
basically, the essence of the game is you get pizza delivery guy. You get to like upgrade your like vehicle. There's like secret missions, and it's 3 to 4 players, I think, or 3 to 5 players. It's in early access. It's due to like launch this year at some point. But it looks like fun. I've seen a lot of people talk about it from Kickstarter and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
Now-
cool.
I'm down.
Haven't actually managed to find that game on Google Images. I have found Monopoly Pizza Edition though.
Ooh.
So I know what I'm more excited for.
Ooh. I'd be in. I'm sold for Monopoly. Hang on, I will link. I think the Kickstarter's finished now, but I will put the Kickstarter in the
Oh
Discord.
no! I've also found a board game that's just called Crust.
Oh no.
Don't like that.
No. What else have I got on the list? I marked stuff that I definitely want to talk about. It Takes Two.
what's
Takes
that?
Two looks like so. It's a co-op game where essentially it have you ever seen like the Book of Life? Take that as a no. It's I can't remember who made it. I think it's a Disney film, but it's It Takes Two is just like a fun little co-op game where you play as a couple who have become dolls. I think they get transported to like a different world, and they turn into like dolls or like mannequins, and they have to work together to pass a trial. I think is kind of the theme, to like prove that they love each other and to get back home. And it just the trailer was really fun, and it got announced at the Game Awards, I think. And it just looks like a nice little co-op game. Yeah, co-op puzzle game.
Do we have a release date for that? Because I am 100% up for that.
Soon. Very soon from where I remember. I think it's March. Hang on, let me
Yeah,
just
it's
look
26th
it up.
26th of March.
26th of March. looks like just a fun little game,
Oh,
and I like the art style.
Is this co-op?
Yes, it is co-op.
Do you wanna?
It looks very Sackboy-ish.
I could see that. I could see like
Child game
Sackboy,
vibes, yeah.
Rabbids kind of like style.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that art style. What else? What else? One that doesn't have a release date, but is like Woody's one, is like expected to be launched this year, is the Kalisto Protocol, which nothing's been released from this apart from the trailer.
Is that the one with the really weird fucking
alien thing?
Yes.
The one with the guy in the prison cell who I was very upset died because he was very good looking. And he turns around and like he's talking and then there's an alien behind him, or there's something behind him that kills him, and then it zooms out and there's another man who's looking at like a complex, and the ship's going to what I presume is the prison or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And it gives me big old alien vibes, and I'm very excited for it. It doesn't have a release date yet, and there hasn't been a lot talked about, but from what I've seen, it's kind of like late 2021, early 2022 kind of release date settings. But it looks like fun. Very excited for it, as I am with most of these games. What else did I want to talk about?
Any chance
See, I think the only reason I'm not like super excited about that is because literally all we saw was that trailer, and we have seen nothing else since. And I'm just like, I'm like interested, but like for all I fucking know, this could be like a real-time strategy game. Like,
fuck, I'm in, dude. I'm in.
I'm fine with it, but like I don't want to get my hopes up about it being like Dead Space, Alien-esque, and then suddenly it be an RTS.
There was a thing.
I'm in either way.
So on the YouTube description of that trailer, it says it's a direct descendant of PUBG, and that got me like, what? Like, you know, play a background? Yeah, in the trailer it says, and if you go on YouTube and you look up the Kalisto Protocol.
I'm not
the trailer on IGN, on the IGN YouTube, in the description it says coming in 2022.
Oh, well, there you go then. I think it's also that
set
one.
300 years after the events of PUBG.
Right? Which
what? The events of PUBG? What are the events of PUBG?
It's
someone explain to me what events happened in
trailer
PUBG?
is more gruesome to look at. A striking distance is single-player third-person survival horror. Okay, I'm in. The Kalisto Protocol is set 300 years after the event of PUBG.
Right?
What are the events?
Blows my mind. I don't know. And I'm so excited to find out. I need to know what happened in PUBG. I've never played that game.
I will say,
why not? Why do that? What does that add? Why does say here's a new IP?
I will say,
my head now.
Literally, when you heard about it, the first thing you said was, "What were the events of PUBG?"
Yeah.
So you clearly want to know. So, you've been brought in.
Yeah. See, there you go. Now you can go play PUBG.
I have PUBG. I've got to play PUBG now to know what happens.
Yeah, I need to find lore in PUBG.
Where's a prison in PUBG? You're gonna be looking for it everywhere now. Like, where is it?
I'm gonna go to the space prison in PUBG.
I'm trying to see if anywhere else is saying this, because like,
that's the thing. So, I have no idea if that's true or not, because it's only the IGN YouTube, but that's the actual like trailer for it. So I'm very, I was very confused when I saw it, but I'm excited for it. Very excited.
From the creators of Dead Space.
Yes, it is a Dead Space. People.
So how would that be linked to the people who made? Yeah.
I am.
Striking Distance Studios.
I can think, right, is that they're playing a joke, and that it's not PUBG, it's Descendant of. It's Dead Space, it's Descendant of. That's where my brain kind of goes.
Or it's just a new IP. I mean, just make it a new IP.
No, PUBG though, because now you're right. Remember this.
I can't wait for the next Epic game to be set 4,000 years after Fortnite.
Yeah, 70,000 years before the events of Fortnite.
Look, we all wish we lived in a world like pre-Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
I wish I lived in a
Fortnite
world where
I think
Fortnite was forgotten.
I think Fortnite caused COVID.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Fortnite to become that game that we look back on 30 years later and go,
the fuck were we thinking?
why?
All right, don't say we. Don't get me caught up in that.
What is 30 years being alive 30 years from now, or being thinking
Oh, no,
about Fortnite 30 years from now?
Do we think we'll see a new Fall Order this year?
No, I
God, I hope so. God, I hope we get a new
We
Fall
need it.
Order.
We need it. We need
I
it.
need it.
This
I
year.
need it. Even though it only came out last year.
Yeah, I don't care.
Wait, what, only
I
came
will
out
cry.
last year?
Fingers go
Fallen
down.
Order.
Oh yeah, I'm down for another Fallen Order.
I cry. It looks like it's been set up for us.
For a new game.
Yeah. And I would be down. I'd be very down. What else
Okay.
do I have on my list? See, I have a bunch of stuff. Some of it's just like, I just put it down because it sounds interesting. Like Sherlock Holmes. There's a new Sherlock Holmes game coming out. And I'm like, if it looks like the same graphic style as the Order? Is it the Order? 1666? 1966?
Oh, that weird werewolf one.
Right. Order
1466.
1886. Order
Oh, I
1886.
was so close.
Is that
So
a weird
close.
werewolf one, wasn't it?
The Order.
The werewolf one. It has the same graphic style as that, and it's called Chapter 1, which I don't know if it's going to be an episodic game or that's them saying, here's the first game, we plan on making more. They haven't said,
would
it's just called Sherlock Chapter 1.
Could it be them saying this is a like an origin story?
Maybe. I have no idea. From the looks of it, it's
So-
very young Sherlock. So maybe.
Right.
He looks like 20-year-old, I think.
He's
maybe.
7.
He's 7 years old. It's all 7-year-old
It's
Sherlock
like
Holmes.
Enola Holmes.
Oh, dude, I would love an Enola Holmes game.
I would
That'd be
love
real.
that game if Henry Cavill was in it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, any game with Henry Cavill, and I'm like, give it to me.
Yep.
I'd be down. I'd be down.
It's kind of weird
two
when
games
Enola
called-
Holmes went into the Upside Down, though. That was weird. Sorry.
I'm also looking forward to the new Stranger Things. That's something I want to watch. What were the other games? There's two games I think Ross might be interested in. One is called Season, which is due to launch this year or next year. Which is essentially you go around on a little bike, and you like are taking pictures of stuff. And it just looks like a very chill, calm game. And I'm down. So,
Yeah.
It's
Just
very
look-
much one of those. It immediately reminds me of one of those like one of those walking sims.
Yeah.
They're really good. What was that?
Oh,
like
you
where in the
like
world
a-
is?
It looks.
Yeah.
Carmen,
that
no,
big,
not Carmen San Diego.
It looks
Oh
like
my God.
something I might get on Switch again that I could just sit and play.
What's it called
This
again?
was like
Chill.
Season.
Just
It's
season.
called Season. Yeah. And then there's another one which we haven't seen a lot of, but we saw a trailer called Open Roads. It's by the same people that make Gone Home,
Yeah.
which is a very good game. I mean, if it's anything like Gone Home, I'm in because they're very big on story and not big on like it's not necessarily like action or anything like that. It's just usually like you walk around or you're doing something and you're uncovering a story, which I'm in for. And it just looks like two people in a car and they're going around and they're solving a mystery of someone disappearing or someone being murdered, I think. But we haven't seen a lot of it. There's only like a 30-second trailer.
Why would he?
But it
Actually,
looks like why would he?
I
He's
think
gone.
it's delivery bot arrived.
Oh my god, that'd be get him on. Bring the
Wow.
delivery driver
Yeah.
up, Woody.
Special guest.
Bring him
UPS.
upstairs. Get
Bring
him on
the
the pod.
up, man. Bring the
Oh,
up,
Look at
man.
that slow dog. Look at that aerosol on the floor.
We're
Isn't
getting
that-
a view to the rest of the house.
Yeah.
Everyone
No,
is-
that can is there, so his fiance can open the door and spray in some air freshener every now and then.
If she
just
wants
in
to ever get
case.
his attention, just like spray him out.
Yeah.
What other games?
Right.
are on my list?
Man, when's
There
God
is.
of War coming out?
Big Adventure. Oh, they haven't said, have they?
Not this year. Definitely
No,
not this year.
definitely not this year. God
Oh,
of
jeez, I
War.
thought I had my doorbell going.
I still need to play that.
We thought you were sure. We were hoping you would bring the UPS guy up.
We're hoping you'd bring it and it would be okay. Is it called Ragnarok? It's called Ragnarok, isn't it?
Yeah, they also announced that Elder Scrolls is coming out pretty soon, right?
Hey, Coop. It's got an initial release date of 2021.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Yeah. Could be
God
this
of
year.
War. God of War. We'll see.
You say Elder Scrolls. I was going to mention because there's been some
right?
leaked dates for Bethesda's next sort of big bits, which is so that Starfield 1 is expected in the next couple of years. Then Elder Scrolls 6, they reckon 26, 27, and then Fallout 5 post 2030.
How long was it between Skyrim
franchise,
and
right?
Oblivion?
So Skyrim was 2011.
Oblivion was
10 years old.
2006.
Yeah, it's 5 years.
Yeah.
So this is the longest gap. It's
It'll be like
Milk
15
that
years.
cow, right? You gotta milk that cow for all
But
it's
did
worth.
anything did what came out first, Fallout or Oblivion?
Oh, I don't know. Fallout
Oblivion.
3. Fallout 3 released on. Oblivion came out 2 years before Fallout. Actually.
Yeah.
Oh, and then okay, I was going to say, well, maybe they're working on whatever their current title is before starting too much on the next.
Yeah, so their next
they're
one
doing
is
a new Fallout.
Starfield, which is their new IP.
What if we get
And literally
Fallout 5?
all we've seen about that is an announcement.
What if we get Fallout 5 before the new Elder Scrolls?
Well, apparently that's what this leak says. They're not doing Fallout 5 until after.
But
Elder
like,
Scrolls.
why would they tease Elder Scrolls if it's not going to come out? But when they teased it, it wasn't going to come out for 7 years. Why would you tease a game that's not going to come out?
I mean, we all said at the time, though, didn't we? Like that it was, it wasn't going to be anytime soon.
Sure, but why tease a game that might come out a decade later? I mean,
Did it get
Fair,
fans
but-
screaming?
Sure, yeah, it did, but
I mean,
And it
what
wasn't
did
as if
that get them though?
they announced
didn't
Breath of the
even-
Wild and it didn't come out for like 4 years. Like,
They didn't
Cyberpunk.
even make a big thing of it at E3 when they announced it. It was literally just you keep asking us about it, so here's a teaser right at the end of the show, and that was it. So it wasn't like there was this big thing.
Probably to keep
I
people
mean,
like
any news you give about a new Elder Scrolls is a big thing.
Oh yeah.
And they know that, of course, but it's not like anyone's going to forget about Bethesda in the meantime, right?
I don't know, right? I think
I don't know. I have moments where I want to, but
Yeah, but then
Fallout
Todd shows up at your like in your bathroom somewhere. He's like,
God, I can't wait for Bethesda to go under just before
don't.
Elder Scrolls releases.
you know what happened the last time a game we'd all been anticipated almost came out, and I said, "What if it sucks?"
Look,
That was
game.
Cyberpunk.
it's a good game.
Yeah, I started my second playthrough.
I have not touched it since.
You got over 100 hours in it now, haven't you? Which is insane.
Yeah.
in there,
Yep.
sat there waiting to be played.
Oh, what, Cyberpunk?
I've also gone back to Assassin's Creed, which I haven't finished yet. So
Yeah, I didn't finish Valhalla because I moved on to Cyberpunk.
yeah.
I didn't
same.
play Valhalla, and I didn't. Just forgot to.
Right, before we get too far into games that we've already played instead of games that we're anticipating, I think we should call it because it's always been 2 hours. This might be the longest one we've done yet.
I do have
Lucky's Big Adventure.
Oh,
one
Ross,
more.
Fuck
Go ahead.
off with
Go ahead.
Cyberpunk.
because I've only had one, and I just suddenly remembered. I was looking on my wish list that I had another one,
Right.
which is Starmancer.
Starmancer.
So it's by Chucklefish, and I don't
Isn't
do
that
it.
the Pokemon with the flame on
I
its
know
tail?
exactly which one you're talking about.
No,
'cause
that's
I was
Charmander.
Yeah. Did anyone ever play Space-Based DF9?
No.
No.
So it was a Double Fine game.
That's a generational gap.
It was in early access. It was you had this base in space, hence space base, and you had to go out and mine bits and make your base bigger, and you had to deal with attacks and all the rest of it. And Double Fine abandoned it. Just literally, they just stopped and never said anything more about it. But this game's since been announced, and it's just coming soon at the moment. But I think they are planning on it this year, hopefully. And it's kind of I've seen it described as if Space Base and Rimworld had a baby.
Oh.
Um,
And then it's got a little bit of like Stardew vibes in it as well.
This is a 3D pixel-based game.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can
It's
vibe with
interesting.
it.
I've never seen anything that looks like this before.
So it looks quite like Space Base did.
Right.
The art style is definitely different, but it's it's a bit brighter as a game. I think it's the best way of describing it. But yeah, that's been on my wish list for a little bit, and I'm very much looking forward to that because again, it looks very much like one of those games that I'm going to pick up and go, oh god, this is it. I'm in for the long haul now.
We won't hear from you for months, and then you'll suddenly come back like, guys.
me picking up RimWorld and getting 150 hours in it in like 6 months.
Those are rookie numbers, dude.
Those are rookie
numbers. Some of us work.
I work.
Yeah. Speaking of Witchbrook, which I showed you earlier, it doesn't have a release date. They don't know when it's coming out. It's very, very early. But that looks like fun. Just like a
Witchbrook.
Habbo Hotel. Like you're a witch or a wizard. You get to go around. You're at school. You go around. You make stuff.
Is this like online or is it?
No, it's going to be single player, but possibly multiplayer. I think.
What makes you compare it to Habbo Hotel?
It just looks like Habbo Hotel.
It's the art style. So I opened the website and just immediately got ripped back 15 years. The art style is so similar.
It's cool. It looks good. Again, it's very early access. I don't think it's going to come out for another couple of years. Looks fun. Looks like it'll be good.
Good to know it's out there.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Yeah.
Well, good chat.
Yeah. Probably a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I imagine so.
Unless we all got COVID and died.
Do the Star Wars thing.
Are we?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think that's right saying she wants to do a Star Wars thing.
I mean, I had my idea and I was very excited. That was the thing I talked to you guys about. I was very excited.
You'll have to remind me. But not now. Because we don't want to promise anything.
Remind you off stream and maybe we'll talk about it then.
I remember there being something, but I can't remember what it was.
Have we got any plans for the rest of the week?
Because I know Sundays don't have streams.
Saturdays was, right?
Yeah, it was Saturday or Sunday. I don't know if we did finally decide, but
I want to do Saturday stream because Sunday's Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm sorry, but that takes precedence.
I want to do Surgeon Sim at some point. I bought it, and I haven't played it before. I bought it thinking it had a split screen. Definitely didn't. So we should play it at some point.
Yeah, I might do it with stream, just achievement hunting in Spiritfarer. It's something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I haven't found the time yet to do it.
Yeah.
Fair. Cool.
Maybe on Friday.
I think we're back on Saturday then with Among
Us.
Saturday,
definitely.
Yeah, so
with Among Us.
Come give us a give us a wee
Are we-
watch.
Are we rating?
Rating, great.
Reading Graham, yeah.
Ryan is playing. I have it ready, so I will click the button whenever you are ready.
It's Perseus, isn't it?
Yes.
Versus lead.
Perseus laid.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start that raid now.
Right,
if you wanna
bye.
join and come with us to
Go have fun.
yeah.
Like and subscribe and go to
subscribe
our.
and let us raid.
And have a good weekend. If you don't see it.
On our Discord and our
See you
Twitch and our Twitter and whatever.
Yeah.
Tell your nan.
Say hi.
Graffiti our name on a wall.
Yeah.
Close to you.
Ooh.
Carve it into the road right by your door. You know what? Get a tattoo. Do it. Fucking do it.
Get
Do
it.
it, Timothy.
Get
Do
a
it.
Do it. Drop the tattoo. Do it.
Right.
Right. Have fun, everybody.
Bye.
Bar.
See you later.
Bye. The excitement I have to finally